Virgo Libra Cusp Collective. Welcome back to Cusp of Roses for your general energy and cosmic tarot and oracle spread. I hope that this live finds you in the highest vibration possible, and I thank you so much for all the love you do show here on my channel. Okay? Thank you for all the subscriptions, the likes, the comments, sharing my videos, joining my channel membership, all of that love. Follow me on Instagram. I appreciate that as well. All right, Virgo Libra, we are going to get into these messages. But before we do, let's go ahead and offer up some gratitude into our space. Okay, do whatever gratitude or grounding practice feels right for you in the moment. I'm going to do the same, and then we'll see what these cards have to say. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, my ascended ancestors, and all holy angels, I thank you so much for being here with me. And with the Virgo Libra Cusp Collective of Energy, anyone who maybe has strong Virgo or Libra in their chart or just feels drawn to this reading, I thank you so much for clearing my energy and connecting us all in this moment and allowing me to channel the most important messages that this collective needs to hear. Thank you so much for your clear guidance, your grace, your love, your mercy, your protection, the peace that you bring, and your presence with us in this moment. I know it is. All right. All right, let's see. What planets, transits, aspects, houses, zodiac signs, or elemental energies are supporting this collective in the now moment? Remember, this is timeless, so whenever you do find it is when it's meant for you, okay? Okay. You have grand trine and blessings. Love to see that. Okay. So some blessings in your energy here. You also have Scorpio. I transform. Okay. Grand trine being the vibration of 46, breaking down into a 10. Scorpio being the energy of 20, breaking down into a 2. Okay. 10 further breaks down into a 1. So you have 1 and 2 here. One more message or energy here for Virgo Libra. Okay. Ooh, double Scorpio. You got Pluto. And transformation, vibration of 11, which is a master number. Wow. So if you aren't familiar with your natal chart here, okay, there are links in my description box for you to learn more about that information. But there is something here with this grand trine. Feels like it includes Pluto. Okay, some alignment that might be happening in your natal chart or in the sky right now. It might be positively aspecting some placements in your chart, but it feels very, very Plutonian, okay? Now, with Pluto, right, it is the planet of transformation, and again, hence why Scorpio is connected to it. Pluto can definitely bring in a lot of endings and beginnings. Pluto is also a generational planet, right? So, you know how there's like Gen Z, Gen X, you know, the Y2K babies, all of that. Like, that's really tethered here to Pluto, okay? So as Pluto shifts, it begins and ends generations. Why is that important though, Divine? Maybe there's some generational blessing that's finding you here, Virgo Libra. It's just something about the cosmic energy now is really pushing you to do some form of transformation, okay? If there are things within your aspects of self, within your environment, within the whole of who you are that you are interested in transforming, using that affirmation, I transform this part of myself, or I transform into this. Like, using that could definitely benefit you right now. Because it does feel like there's an end to one cycle here and the beginning to another that actually might be very prosperous or abundant for you. Okay. Okay. Let us move into this tarot energy. So again, we have 11 for my number people, which is a master number. You do not break that down. You then have another 1 and 2, or 20 and 46, or the number 10. If any of those numbers connect with you, definitely let me know in the comment section below. Okay, thank you so much, Divine. Tell me more about Pluto, Scorpio, and Grand Trine for Virgo-Libra energies for this collective. What do they need to know about this transformation and blessings? This also is giving me a slightly reflective energy here, Virgo-Libra. You could be doing a lot of retrospection or reflecting. Ooh, we are pulling into a Mercury retrograde in this month of May. I believe that starts May 10th. So yeah, this could be very, very important time here for you, Virgo-Libra, to do some sort of reflection, reinventing yourself in some way. With this transformation, I transform. So you yourself might feel like you're stepping into a new era of your being, a new chapter. It could kind of be centered around that. But whatever this newness is that is finding you, it's definitely blessed. Okay, so again, can't say that enough. Tell me more about this Pluto energy, okay? What's Pluto doing here? Yeah, you got the Page of Swords, okay? Again, that review, research, analyze. Page of Swords is very analytical. It's building analytical skills. Okay, you also have the Hangman, so seeing something from a new point of view, learning from this new point of view. Yeah, maybe you've been in a phase here, Virgo, Libra energies, where you feel like you've been on pause, or you feel like your world's been turned upside down in some respect. It's all here for you to transform your perspective in your thoughts, right? Thoughts create things. And it feels like at this point, there needs to be a transformation in the mind in order for you to be open and ready for these blessings that are stored up for you. Okay, tell me more about this Pluto energy for Virgo Libra. Got the 3 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. Okay, so some progression here, progress. If you guys haven't joined the membership service that I have here through YouTube, the Blooms, we did our May monthly forecast for May, and that energy of progress was super, super strong. Okay, you can join my channel membership to check that reading out. It was super, super strong. It feels like in this month of May, a lot of the energy is pushing towards change, right? And when is it ever not? But this feels like huge, huge change, right? For Pluto to show up here, this is like a shift. Yeah, I mean, shifting into a whole new era of being. So a new decade, or just this new presence within yourself. That's what it kind of feels like with the 3 of Cups. It's definitely something to celebrate. Like, I don't necessarily feel like it's a dreaded experience, okay? With the 4 of Cups as well. It feels like you were pulled away from something, or that paused energy, this Hangman. You were bound upside down, forced to see something differently that you hadn't seen before surrounding this 3 of Cups energy. So that could be friendships that are evolving and changing and transforming, maybe family connections that you have, how you go about sharing your time, your energy with people, places, and things might be shifting here, okay? Yeah, and then you got the Hierophant that snuck out here, meaning that it's this new era, this new chapter is definitely centered and grounded in wisdom. So you've learned a lot. Like I said, Page of Swords, analyzed. Maybe you've gone through some situation or multiple situations with the fine-tooth comb here, okay? And enlightened yourself around something that you weren't seeing here with the 4 of Cups. connected to this Three of Cups energy. So whether it's not seeing the energy that was surrounding you, the people that you were connected with, right? It just feels like, I don't know, Virgo Libra, it just feels like you're showing up differently. It just feels like you've learned some huge lesson here. Even though this is just the Page of Swords, it's tethered with the Hangman. So this is a lot of enlightenment that's found you. Okay? About what you truly desire and what you truly seek. What your heart truly seeks. Some of you are maybe tapping into your emotional body. That was coming out as well. With the Three of Cups, Four of Cups, it's that shift into, okay, casually hanging out, sharing time, just not necessarily paying attention to who you're around, who you're spending your time with, what you might even be indulging in for some of you. It's like not necessarily giving a lot of weight to that, to all of a sudden being like, okay, wait, something just feels off, something just isn't satisfying enough. Four of Cups is really about being dissatisfied, right? But not seeing what you're missing in front of you. So it's like, I know something's missing, but I just can't tangibly touch it. Or I just don't have access to it yet, right? Hence the hand coming from the divine. Meaning you're going to have to go within or tether up or connect to your higher self, this Hierophant energy, in order to really figure out what has shifted and what has changed for you. Some of you, it's just wisdom. Like I said, like it's maybe coming out of an era of your life where you're okay with maybe repeating the same lessons, you know what I mean? Not necessarily taking things or life too seriously. Maybe now that has shifted for you in a major way, okay? Let me know in the comments. All right, tell me more about this Pluto and transformation. You got two, so we'll be talking about transformation for a minute. Yeah, there's the Hermit. That Hermit says, like I said, go within, right? Moving from the 3 to the 4 of Cups is that shift into realizing there's something missing and I can't quite find it, right? It's not around me. I can't seem to connect to it in my environment, which means that it's something that you have to connect to internally, okay? I just heard maybe I'm better off alone, or maybe just spending some time alone there, Virgo Libra, might help you clarify this, right? This is your energy, Virgo. I just heard I'm okay with being a loner. Some of you might feel like that, right? Like, maybe, okay, for some of you, you could definitely be, quote unquote, wise beyond your years, right? You might feel like you have an old soul here. Maybe with all this Pluto and Scorpio and transformation, yeah, you definitely could have a soul that's been here in this earthly realm multiple times over. So this time, in this lifetime, there's just certain, okay, I don't speak like that, but it's saying follies, like certain follies, certain behaviors, I guess I should say, that just don't align with you, right? Where, okay, it would be like, let's say you're in your 20s. Typically, it's like, oh, those are the years you have fun, you just da-da-da. You might be a little bit more serious in your 20s. You see what I'm saying? You might not feel like you want to entertain that type of narrative, right? You don't necessarily have to be wild and crazy and going and doing all this stuff. Like, you don't have to do that, right? It just feels like that's... someone feels just very separate from their peers, I should say. It's like when you look around to people your age, it's like, it's not necessarily a vibe match. Okay? And that's just because you got a lot of wisdom here. Your soul's definitely been here a few times. More than a few, but yeah, that's for some of y'all, that's what it feels like you've been in for a minute. Tell me more about this transformation energy and Pluto. Tell me more about Pluto. Yeah, you got the 7 of Swords. Okay. And maybe that was the conflict for some of y'all. It's like you not necessarily fitting in with your peer group here, Virgo Libra, is actually a blessing in disguise. Okay? Your soul is clearly here to do a lot of transforming in this lifetime. But again, it might feel like you're missing something, or maybe you're missing out. But I don't necessarily feel like that's necessarily true. It's all in perspective, right? If you don't feel called to participate, then you're not necessarily missing out on anything that your soul really craves, right? This doesn't feel like you're denying yourself something. It just feels like, that's just not my style, not my vibe, not my scene type of energy. Tell me more about Pluto. King of Wands. Yeah, you're confident in the direction you're headed, or confident in your own sense of self. King of Wands. Very, very tethered to your spirit. Yeah, for the collective I'm tapped into here in this lifetime, it's definitely more of a spiritual path. You might have been on a spiritual path from a very young age, right? Or been very, again, wise beyond your years. So it's, again, your soul has come into this lifetime with a wealth of knowledge, right? That does set you apart slightly here, Virgo Libra, from your peers, or from people in your age group. Maybe that's why I was doing the whole generation thing with Pluto earlier. Oh, a little sneaky one here. You have the World, okay? You have the World. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Okay. Your soul has definitely been here time and time and time again, okay? There are just certain cycles and certain karmic lessons that I feel like you've been able to avoid up to this point because of what your soul has been through and what it knows and what it's learned from previous lifetimes. So it's like, don't deceive yourself in feeling as if you are odd or there's something wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you here, Virgo Libra. You're just at a point that many people don't get to until later in life. But you're there, maybe, again, that's what I'm feeling, like a generation ahead or something like that. Maybe you just feel like you were born into the wrong generation. Like, that could be the deal. But with this World, you got a lot of universal support, okay? You got a lot of universal support. Others of you, though, I do feel like this is a transformation of moving into a new level of maturity, okay? Now, remember, being mature doesn't necessarily mean you lose contact with your inner child. It just means that the lessons that you've learned, the things that you know, you're just applying them now. Moving and behaving according to the lessons that you've learned, as opposed to throwing caution to the wind all the time. You know what I mean? Just kind of like not learning, right? And that's just what that feels like. And for some of you with that Hangman, you might have been forced into this transformation, okay? Some situation might have happened that did turn your world upside down, that got you to be like, okay, whoa, hold on, I can't necessarily, screw around for the rest of my life, or just kind of fuck off. You know what I mean? It's something got real serious here for a portion of y'all, okay? Realizing maybe with that Seven of Swords, how a particular perspective on life or behaviors that you were engaging in weren't really true to who you were. Okay, so for some of y'all, you might be going through that transformation, okay? And this Mercury retrograde, I do feel, is going to be very important for you here, Virgo Libra, okay? Tell me more about this Scorpio energy. What's going on with this Scorpio energy? Ooh, you got the King of Pentacles, okay? Yeah. Transforming from the King of Wands to the King of Pentacles is very, very huge, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with the King of Wands. It's just a different energy. You also have the Five of Swords. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more about this Scorpio energy. You have the Eight of Cups. And you have the Seven of Wands. Yeah. King of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Okay. Tethered to the world. Yeah, you got the Fool at the bottom of the deck, which I love. I love that. I love when the world and the fool come out tethered together. Yeah, it's just you're a lot wiser now. Some of y'all are really stepping into a wisdom. Okay? Like feeling that intrinsically though. Like this doesn't necessarily feel like, okay, I'm making the decision to be more wise. No, if this is like a life has put you in a position here, Virgo Libra, to start shifting your mindset with that Five of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Fool, and the Eight of Cups, and releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you, right? Energetically, emotionally, mainly. Okay, trusting that there's more beyond where you are to experience. Now, when you get to this Eight of Cups energy, it is like a point of no return. So that's what this feels like. Like even if you wanted to go back to something or wanted to stay attached, it just feels like the universe isn't allowing you to. Like the cosmos, it just doesn't support that energy. It supports you moving forward, okay? Tell me more about this Eight of Cups and Seven of Wands. Yeah. Point of no return. Ten of Swords. I just heard, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on you. Three of Swords, right? This is what I was feeling. It's like, I don't feel like this was by choice. I feel like there were situations that have recently happened, or maybe even happened a while ago here, okay, that forced you to be that Hierophant, okay? Forced you to either hermit and be, first you into hermit mode, and then you evolved and transformed into the Hierophant through being the hermit. This definitely feels like a major awakening here, Virgo Libra, in your consciousness. Awakening to who you are. Again, that's what I'm saying. It's like realizing that the life you were leading, or the actions you were taking, or the behaviors you were engaging in weren't truly aligned with who you were. They were just learned, observed, that Page of Swords. Like monkey see, monkey do. Well, people around me do this, so I'm going to do that, right? It's like you might have been in that for a while, and the cosmos here is supporting you to shift out of that. Yeah, can't think like that anymore. Ten of Swords, right? And it's like the moment you choose to walk away and release, like I said, there's no point of return. It's like standing on that decision. Seven of Wands, standing your ground. So the divine really wants you to be and feel supported in this shift, okay? Tell me more about the Scorpio energy. The Page of Cups. Okay. For some of y'all, if this was tethered to friends, like maybe kind of getting the storyline of like maybe experiencing some sort of betrayal from friends, because Three of Cups, Three of Swords, right? 3 cups, 3 swords. It's whatever that betrayal was, or whatever that energy happened. Again, with the Seven of Swords, maybe you realize you were around some deceptive energy, deceptive people, okay? It almost feels like even if those people wanted to come back and apologize, you would be very guarded against it, because it's like the damage has been done here with this Ten of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. It's like, don't even, it's almost as if, for some of y'all, this could have been really, really hard. I mean, heartbreaking is kind of like the surface word of it, but just, this transformation wasn't easy. That hermit energy wasn't easy for you here, Virgo Libra. Even though it is your major arcana, it just feels like that Libra energy that you do hold, it's very relational. Like Libras seldom do things solo. right? They love being connected to people. They love being around people. They love relationships, right? Libra's tethered to Venus. So it's just super, super social. And maybe you were in that energy for a while, and then this Virgo vibe found you, okay? Or activated or awakened in your energy. And I think what is unfortunate and what maybe caused that heartbreak and that heartache is that the people you were around, or whoever this was tethered to, that Three of Cups energy, this community, it doesn't even have to be specific people that you were a part of, believed in, they weren't solid here. Because remember, the King of Pentacles came out with the Five of Swords. It was like they weren't as solid as they were saying or that you believe them to be. So it's almost like the damage has been done here, regardless of what this is. You can't turn back now. Not even that you would want to, especially with the Seven of Wands. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to get fooled again. I'm not falling for that again. Okay? Yeah, and then you got the Queen of Swords. Ooh, yeah. So you might even have some words for these people, or this situation, or for this community. But this also is a sign that you're just way more aware and a lot more cognizant of that Five of Swords, of that Seven of Swords. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I just... The Queen of Swords has definitely been through the ringer, right? Queen of Swords definitely has learned the hard way, especially when it comes to betrayal, especially when it comes to not being able necessarily to trust people all the way, right? It's like that type of energy. Queen of Swords is quick to cut away any BS. Like, that's just not the mold that the Queen of Swords works in. It wants the truth and nothing but it, no matter how harsh, okay? But it's like the Ten of Swords, having to go through this Ten of Swords energy and this Three of Swords energy turned you into a Queen of Swords, which is Libra. Yeah, for me as a reader. Okay, so you're in your vibe. You're definitely in your own vibration here, or at least transforming into it, right? And again, with that Page of Swords, you could have even absorbed tendencies, like I said, that weren't necessarily true to your nature. Do you know what I mean, Virgo Libra? It's like, now you're stepping into your true nature, where you've maybe lived a couple lives, or, you know, lived a cycle, or been in a habit of not being yourself, not being authentic to you. Okay? All right, let's look at these blessings. Thank you so much. What are the blessings coming towards my lovely Virgo Libras? Thank you so much, Divine. Love that. Jupiter, hello. Wheel of Fortune. The world's your oyster. I don't know where all these little sayings, somebody talks like that, follies and all of that. Wheel of Fortune, though, so there's good things coming for you here. It is all turning and working for your greater good is what that Wheel of Fortune wants to say. All that you've been through, the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, it's all a part of the plan. It's all in your destiny, okay? And it's also setting you up to receive some good things here, Virgo Libra, okay? That's why I'm a huge proponent of embracing that energy when it finds you. Yes, heartache sucks. Yes, being betrayed sucks. But know that that's setting you up for something better and greater, okay? Five of Wands. Ooh. I don't know if you got to fight for this blessing. Let me see. You got Death. So there's more Scorpio. Some of y'all have heavy Scorpio in your chart. Or you could just have heavy Scorpio in your chart. Yeah. With the Death, Scorpio, and Pluto here. Tell me more. Tell me more about these blessings. Yeah. You got the Emperor. This is what I mean. This is what I'm saying, Virgo Libra. All of this has served you. And again, maybe that's the perspective that you need to hold on to amidst this. And it's storming outside right now. So you could be in a storm right now, okay? It could feel very chaotic. It could feel like you can't trust anyone. like you're isolated and alone, like who do you really run to, who can you go to, whatever the case may be. This whole situation is working for your greater good so that you step into a more authentic vibration and take ownership and a leadership role in your own life. With that Emperor and the death, yeah, it's like death to the old you. That old you who was maybe easily persuaded, like a Page of Swords can be, okay? That old you no longer exists. It's like this new vibration that's definitely in alignment with you. Queen of Swords and the Hermit, okay, is starting to awaken within you, which is beautiful. Tell me more about these blessings. Two of Cups, coming into a deeper union with yourself. First and foremost, I know that this is a relationship card, okay? And this could be tethered to somebody else. There could be an Emperor, okay, that might be coming in as a part of your blessings here, okay? But I really feel like this is a union within your own vibration, your own self, right? Realizing that really and truly the most important relationship that you'll have is the one with self, the one with your higher self, the one with the divine, God, the universe, the creator, however you want to name it. That spirit that lives inside you, the relationship and bond you have with that, that's what's important. Again, it's that Libra energy coming into balance where relationships are super, super important. And they are. I'm not saying that you're meant to live life alone, but when you're in relationship with people from an inauthentic space, that's where the Three of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords has a door to enter through, okay? So now the blessing is attracting those relationships, those friendships, those partnerships, those community support and connections from an authentic space. So this is beautiful. This is huge, huge, huge for you, Virgo, Libra. And again, I feel like Mercury retrograde on May 10th might bring out this Three of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords energy that gets you to look at the people around you differently, or your environment differently, or your community differently, okay? Or what you adhere to as truth, or what you believe in and your perspective. All of that might turn right on its head. But trust that process. The Wheel of Fortune, it's turning for your greater good. Right, because you got the Ten of Pentacles. That's what I'm saying, Virgo, Libra. It might feel like shit right now. It might feel crappy as hell. And I'm telling you, especially for Libras, a betrayal of a friend, especially with all this Scorpio, that cuts deep. That cut is deep. And this might have already happened, okay? And maybe this is just a confirmation that there is positivity that will come out of this, okay? There is going to be this awakening that you're going through. It's all for purpose, Virgo. But either way, this is how you show up solid, right? This is when you come out of all this transformation. It lasts. It's permanent. Ten of Pentacles. So this transformation that you're going through, that your soul is experiencing, is going to lead to positive blessings and benefits for generations to come. Again, another mention of the generation thing. Okay? So there will be generations of your lineage that will benefit off of this transformative period you're going through. Okay? Tell me more about these blessings. Three of Pentacles, like I said, the community's coming together. The right people will come into place. The people who share a similar vision, have the similar work ethic, want the same things, desire the same things. That's all coming into play. You're definitely going to be blessed with a few important connections is what I'm getting. Okay? That are going to change your life. And again, as cliche as that sounds, I don't speak like that unless that's really what I'm feeling. This feels life-changing. With death, the Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Three of Pentacles, Scorpio, and Pluto, and blessings, all in alignment, a grand trine that's a positive aspect in your natal chart. Life-changing. Completely. Life as you know it will not be the same. You definitely have the Knight of Cups here. Okay? Which is giving me this sense of freedom. I never really get freedom with the Knight of Cups, but I am getting it for you. It's this sense of freedom. Like, if you feel that scorn energy from the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, which is natural, normal, and human when dealing with that energy, if you feel that, know that that will fade. You'll be able to kind of lead with your heart again. You'll be able to kind of give yourself to others again, be vulnerable in a sense. The Knight of Cups comes with a lot of vulnerability, almost too vulnerable, right? But again, this could also say that there will be connections and offers that come not only in work and career, but also in love. Like I said, in relationships. Love platonically or romantically, your choice, okay? Or both, if that's what you're open to. But what else? Last message here for these blessings. Oh, okay. Yep. And then you have the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Like I said, it's your choice. It's what you're open to, your path to create. Okay? And this gives me that this energy after this transformation period, now this transformation might happen for a minute, okay? I'm kind of getting the energy of like the next 6 months, right? Especially because we have that solar eclipse that was activated a couple days ago. Now we're moving into retrograde season. 6 months out from now here, Virgo Libra, you're really going to be in a new vibration. And a vibration that's going to be permanent. Page of Pentacles, sturdy, stable, reliable. Okay, something that you can build off of. Beautiful. Okay, absolutely beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and check in with the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. Let's just see what the destined outcome of this energy is. I know we kind of touched on it. You got the Ten of Pentacles. But maybe what you need to focus on when dealing with this energy too might be helpful. Leadership, like I said, with that Emperor. You have Gateway, like I said, the doors are opening. Things are coming towards you here. Love to see that. Tell me more. What else might Virgo Libra need to focus on? Blessings confirming blessings. Blessings confirming blessings. Flexibility. Okay, wow. I love when the elements kind of sync up through these readings. Because I shuffled this deck like crazy, and blessings and flexibility came out for Taurus Gemini as well as blessings here. Tell me more. What else does Virgo Libra need to focus on? Courage. Ooh, courage is huge here. And look at how that water's like crashing up against those rocks. Like I said, it just started storming outside. This might come in a windstorm, right? It might be tumultuous. Again, you got a lot of crazy sword energy here. But if you can find the courage to stay focused on the silver lining, stay focused on what you do have, the blessings that you have, might be what this storm might be clearing. Remain flexible, okay? With how all of this plays out, Virgo Libra, you're going to land in such a sweet spot. Ooh, yeah, you're going to land in a real sweet spot here. Thriving. Boom, Spirit said it. Thriving. Need I say more? And then pleasure also wanted to come out, okay? All right, Virgo Libra. I hope that you found this reading helpful and insightful and maybe filled with some confirmation around what you got going on. As always, let me know in the comments what resonates with you, what you connected with, what you felt really aligned with your story here. I love to hear that from you all. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you felt it resonated with you or helped you in any type of way or offered some form of confirmation. I appreciate that support as well. And make sure you check out the channel memberships. Like I said, I did the May monthly forecast for 2022. A lot of good energy there. Very similar to this. So if you want some more message and confirmations, go ahead and join my Blooms level tier. And you can watch that reading over there. And it'll be a tab that'll come up for you, okay? But if not, no worries, no pressure, no harm, no foul, Virgo Libra. I will see you all in our next reading. All right, namaste.